Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Hopefully it's not too noisy in here. I don't know if you can see through the back window there. Bit of a rain windstorm today, so hopefully this doesn't work out too badly, but today we're going to go over the Sync 3. I know in a past video a couple weeks ago I put out the digital dash video. I know it's an aftermarket option now, so I just kind of went over some of the options in there, and not sure 100% if everything that's in the one that comes with the car is in the aftermarket version, but I did a run through, showed you everything that's in there. So today we'll do the same for the Sync 3, seeing how that's another upgrade you can get now aftermarket. So mine I got with the car. It's not the aftermarket version, so same idea. I'm not sure if everything in the aftermarket one is the same as what would come with the car, but I'm sure most of the options are in there, if not all. So we'll go over the car and try to point out the main ones that you use, and hopefully I don't forget anything. If I do and you notice, leave it in the comments and anybody watching the video can figure it out. And yeah, we'll get on with the video. Flip you guys around and we'll see what we got in here. Alright, so we'll push the start stop, just get in auxiliary mode. You can see your pony pops up on the dash or on the screen, and it'll take a second to load and then it'll pop on, and there you go. One thing I forgot when I did the digital dash part is if you hit your nav, it'll pop up on there. And it's still loading on the screen, so there you go, pops up. You can do, if you have your home set in or previous destinations is place you've been to. If you have favorites set, you can get into your favorites, or point of interest is anything nearby, gas stations, restaurants, all that. You can do it through the hand controls on the steering wheel. So I forgot to throw that in on the last video. And the other thing that I didn't put in is if you hit the music icon there, you can do your audio, AM, FM, Sirius if you have it, CD. Mine has a CD because I've got the upgraded sound system, so it's got that. You can listen to your CDs if you're old school. And then also if you plug it in to an auxiliary, say you have like an iPad or iPod or your cell phone, whatever, you can Bluetooth through the cell phone, but any other music, you plug it in the auxiliary port, and there'll be an aux logo here as well. And that's how you get to that. So we'll get on with the Sync 3. I'll show you what's all involved. Alright guys, a little later in the day, we're back in the garage because as always it's pouring rain outside. It's the 24th of January, and according to the weather network, we've had one day this month without rain, so it's getting a little old, but it is what it is. We'll do this in the garage. So basically, this is your home screen. Like I said, you got the nav in the left there. You got your radio station and your phone if you're connected with your phone. Basically, it's all just quick links. If you want to go to your radio, you hit that. You hit the little home, you go back home. Same with your phone. You want to get anything in there, you hit that. Go back. Same with the navigation. But basically, we'll start off left to right. It's your audio. You can see your presets. You have 3 different ones you can use. Also your sources. You can see AM, FM, Sirius if you have it, CD, Bluetooth if you're connecting your phone or anything like that. And then if you have anything plugged into the auxiliary port like an iPod or any type of thing like that, it'll also pop up on here, whatever the device is named. And that all goes through the sync. You go back, you can see to preset it, same as every other car, you just, whatever station you're on, hold it down, it'll beep and you're set to go. You hit your direct tune and you can punch in the exact station that you want. in case your car can't pick it up. Punched in, it'll go to it, and you're good to go. Next is the climate. You can see heated steering wheel. This is dual, obviously. If you hit dual, you can control just your passenger side, driver side. Here you have your defrost and your where your vents are blowing, AC. You can see max AC, regular AC, and then your whatever you want to call it, circulating the air. That's all controlled through that. You also have it down here, but you know, if you want it through the screen, you can do it through the screen. And then this is your on and off and your fan speed. And that's basically it for the climate part. Phone, there's quite a bit involved. You got your recent calls. That's obviously recent calls, contacts. I won't go in there, otherwise you'll have everybody's numbers on my phone. But you hit that and you can, basically it links to your phone. Everything in your phone is on here. So it'll give you every contact, their phone number, their name, give you your addresses and everything if you have it set in there. Then S10, this is obviously my phone, what we're recording with right now. You can view devices you can see I used to have an S8, that's still in here. So you can go back and forth. If your wife or whatever has her own phone, she's driving the car, click it, and she's controlling it. Next, manage contacts. You can see sort by first name, last name, number, alphabetical order, it's all in there. Auto download, that's for when you get in the car. It automatically syncs everybody up to your car. Re-download is if you change something while you're in the car, you just hit re-download and it'll sync it all up again and it'll be in there correctly. And then delete contacts is if you want somebody that's in your phone not to be on the car, you can actually delete just that one person out. And set phone's ringtone in the car. It comes with 3 different ringtones. You can hit it. You can see they're all pretty annoying, or you can use your own ringtone, whatever's set to your phone. I don't know why it's on ringtone 1, because usually I have it on my ringtone. And then we'll go back again. Text messaging. You can see I turned it off, but you same thing. You got your 3 different, here we'll turn it on for a minute. You got your 3 different tones. And then voice readout, when you get a text message, it'll say whatever, Joe Blow is texting you, and you can click read here and it'll read it out to you. You can mute audio in privacy. You can see if you don't know what it is, hit the little information, there you go, so I don't have to read it out to you. Same with roaming warning. If I know I live pretty close to the border, so if I get too close, it thinks I'm in the States, and then we get charged for it. So this will give you a little heads up, just saying like, hey, don't use your phone basically because you're not in Canada anymore. You get charged out the yin yang up here for that. And then low battery, it just tells you if your phone's almost dead, which I know when my phone's dead, I won't bother turning that on. Alright, phone voice service is on the Galaxy anyway. We have like Bixby, and basically you can talk to your phone and it'll go through the system. Kind of like the voice that's already in the sync as well, so just lets you do it through your phone. I can't show you because it screws up the recording on the phone when I hit it, so if you're wondering why the little blip happened there, that's why. And do not disturb, obviously, do not disturb, that's common sense. Your keypad is if you want to dial a number. Text messages, it's turned off, but basically everything will be in there. You can hit read, reply. Comes up with certain replies while you're driving. It's because you can't text and drive anymore, so it comes with little things like, hey, I'm driving, or just okay, or talk soon, or I'll call you when I'm home. A few extra little things like that. And then change device, that's same as the other one. You can go between the devices. And that's it for the phone. Navigation, pretty straightforward. Navigate, zoom in, zoom out. This is your 3D, or what they call 3D anyway. Kind of gives you a different layout. And then north will always keep you north. And then that's just centered. Start. This is if you pick a spot. You can see the little red pin there. So say you want to go to that exact spot, you hit start and it'll navigate you there. Go back in, destination. You can search, previous, your home if you have it set, your work if you have it set, favorites if you have them set, and then it comes with your food, fuel, hotel, gives you everything around you basically. And see all will give you just one giant list of everything that's around you, which it comes in handy if you're in an area that you don't really know, because if you're running out of gas or something, I know everyone likes their own gas stations, so if you're looking for a Chevron, you're looking for whatever, you hit it, you can find the nearest one, and hopefully you don't have to use something you're not familiar with. Go back again. You go to your menu, screen view. You can have the full map. You can have exits, all that. See, no highway exit information because we're not near the highway right now. Go back in there. Traffic list, this goes through your phone. So once my phone's on, you can it'll give you traffic updates if there's accidents or something. Then your settings, you got preferences, got point of interest icons, you got breadcrumbs. If you're wondering what that is, it's like a trail, like the old storybooks. It'll tell you which way you've gone. You can see where you've went. I leave that off because it would just be a giant map of dots. So your points of interest and incident map icons, that's what I mean. If you're hooked up to your phone and there's an accident, it'll pop on there like, hey, accident on whatever, Highway 1, don't go that way. Go back again. Route preferences, fastest. You can see shortest or most economical. I'm always in a rush, so I have it set for fastest. HOV lanes, you can turn that on. Usually I'm by myself going to work, so I can't go in those lanes, so I just have it turned off. But if there's certain highways and stuff where it's HOV, you can go that way and it'll save you a few minutes anyways, for the most part. Parking, it'll tell you where your nearest parking is. Dynamic route guidance, you can see. You can avoid the freeways, you can avoid tolls, and you can avoid the ferries or trains. So basically has everything in there to make your drive as good as it can be anyways. Around here there's tons of traffic, so it's always boring. And then where am I? Will give you exactly where you are. Alright, next we have the apps, and one thing I forgot to mention is this little icon here. It doesn't work right now because the car's off, but if you hit that, it's just a quick thing to turn your heated steering wheel on. So if we go to apps, you can see, find my mobile apps. I don't have much. I have Ford Pass, that's about it. I'm not big into the apps in here. I don't sit in here long enough to really want any of that. And then your Sirius, if you have Sirius, gives you your traffic list, movie list, sports, everything in there. Ski conditions, your weather, fuel prices, it's all in there, depending if you have Sirius XM or not. That's it for the apps. And then settings is where you get everything in there. Got your sound settings. You can see treble. This is all your stuff for your music, your speakers. Speed compensated is the faster you go, kind of up and down the volume. So you don't, well, this car's got the loud exhaust, so it doesn't really work, but it'll turn it up a little bit if you're the faster you go, just so you can still hear your music at the same sound. And then I have the upgraded system, so you can see I can go stereo or surround sound. And there's a huge difference. I can't show you on here because YouTube and music don't mix, but it is what it is. If you get a chance to check out the upgraded sound system, definitely do it. Clock, common sense. You can put it 12 hour, 24 hour, whatever you want to do. Automatic time update, you can hit that. I turned mine off because for some reason it was 1 hour out. So that's one issue I found with this thing. And I reset it to the GPS time and all that, and it was still 1 hour out. So I just turned it off, set it myself. Bluetooth, that's obviously your phone. So you can add a Bluetooth device, view devices, we've went through all that already. Phone, same as the other phone, you get all this stuff again. Radio, you can see FM HD radio. When you're driving, it, around here anyway, I'm not sure about everywhere, but it picks up different frequencies, so you can get the best radio where you are. I guess it switches towers or whatever. Because I know once in a while you'll be driving and it'll just have a little blip in the music, and then it'll go to the HD version of it. And that's that. Go back again. Nav. Basically in the settings, it's just everything that's in the bottom here for the most part. So we won't go through all that again. Mobile apps. You can see enable mobile apps with USB. That's if you, for the original first time around, if you put an app in, you have to plug your phone into the USB and then it'll sync it to the Sync 3. Your Sync Connect, vehicle hotspot, you can use your Wi-Fi and make your car into a hotspot for everybody. You swipe over, these are your general settings. You can see your language. We're in Canada, so we're in kilometers and Celsius, but you can change all that. Touchscreen beep, I turned that off because it's really annoying. You can see it does a little beep every time you hit something. About sync and your software if you're a nerd and you want to learn about it. And then master reset, basically will reset everything in here to stock. Next is your 911 assist. Basically the car knows if you crash and it'll call 911 for you in case you're on your own. It'll know where you are as long as your phone and everything's linked up. Automatic updates. I have this on because when you get in, it'll, especially the Wi-Fi, I have it connected while I'm at home. Any updates that the sync gets, it automatically updates it. So when you get in, you're just good to go. Same thing, software versions, scan for updates if you want to check now. You can see last checked for updates in 2018, but that's just because the car's off. That's when it was last checked. If I turn it on, it comes, it's weird, it goes to today's date because it checks every time you get in the car. Android Auto, because I'm on an Android. If this is all a little different if you have an iPhone, obviously, but for the most part, it's the same. So you can see where Android Auto shows the connection and the strength of the connection and everything. That's up here. Vehicle info, camera settings, you can see there's a couple different ones. Rear camera delay, you can turn that on or off. That's if you go in reverse, it doesn't come on right away. I don't know why anybody would do that, but it's in there. And this is your modem serial number. If you're updating, you need that number to go in. It'll update your nav and stuff because you got to do that through the USB. Display, you can see display off. It'll turn it off. You touch it and it'll come back on. Your background, you have a couple different backgrounds. You can see we're set to the lines. You can hit it. Got your little bubbles, or if you want it just black. I put on the lines just for something different. I had it black for a long time, but it got boring. Brightness, obviously common sense, brighter, darker. And then your mode, I have it set for night mode. Day mode, you can see everything goes super bright. So auto, it'll go from day to night. Same when your headlights turn on, it'll flip over to night mode. I keep it at night mode just because I find day mode doesn't look that great. Go back here again, voice control. Basically everything in here, you go off of the talk here, you hit your little talking guy, and you can talk to everything. You can change the temperature, you can call somebody, change the radio station. You can say, hey, I want to go to McDonald's on whatever, Highway 10, and it'll pop it up on your navigation. So basically everything you can think of, you can talk to this thing and it'll do it for you. Phone confirmation I have off because when you say, let's say phone grandma, that it'll ask you, do you want to phone grandma instead of just phoning? So I turn that off. Otherwise it's just one more step. You have to hit OK and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So that's that. Voice command list is on. That just tells you, like, if you're having trouble finding something in there, it'll say, hey, like, here's a couple examples of what to say. Because some of them are worded pretty weirdly. So you just go in there, it'll give you a couple different options. Or if you say phone, whatever, somebody's name sounds pretty similar, it'll say, do you mean 1, 2, or 3? And it'll list off like John, James, and Jacob or whatever, right? And then you can just say 1, 2, or 3, whichever one you were meaning, and then it'll go there. Valet mode, that's obviously if somebody's getting your car, you put in your PIN, and then they can't joyride it, which is always a good thing. And that is basically it. Like I said, this is an aftermarket thing now. I'm not sure what's all included in the aftermarket one, because this is obviously ordered with the car, comes stock from Ford. So hopefully this helped out a couple people. I tried to run through it a little bit quicker because the digital dash video ended up being pretty long. So any more questions, feel free to ask, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.